Do you think everyone is against you? Do you think everything just goes wrong? Do you think just one problem comes after the other, after the other, after the other, and it doesn't matter what you do, everything just goes wrong? Do you hate your life? If this is you, this video is going to be for you, because today I'm going to give you my top 12 tips to stop being a negative Nancy. Welcome back to my channel. I am Alina and I'm so excited for this video. I'm going to share today with you how you can stop being so negative and miserable, and how you can actually start to attract different outcomes in your life, because you need to work on yourself. You need to change your mindset. The first tip is be a little bit more selfish. And what I mean with that is stop being a people pleaser. People, what they do is they constantly do stuff for others that they do not enjoy. Think about the average person goes to a job, gets up every morning, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, goes to work, right, is trapped in traffic, already like thinking about that, already worrying about that. Oh my God, I'm gonna be stuck in traffic again, right? Like already getting up in the morning with a negative kind of mindset. Oh my God, this day is about to suck. I have to go to work. So people are constantly doing, things that they don't enjoy. So obviously they're going to be more negative about everything else that's going to happen that day. And they don't even give the day the chance to actually turn out good, because they're already waking up with a bad feeling. You need to learn to say no. You need to learn to say no to hang around draining people, like that constantly drain your energy and putting their negativity onto you as well. You need to work on your mindset. You need to take time for yourself, because if you do all that stuff, of course you're going to have a job. Of course you're not going to quit that job after this video, right? Like, I don't want to be responsible for that, but you have to actually, say no and take some time for yourself, because you need to compensate. You need to compensate doing all those things that you actually do not really like and enjoy doing. So you need to compensate that, and you need to take time for yourself and be a little bit more selfish with some of the time that you're spending every single day to actually work on yourself. 2 tip is mindset, okay? Personal development is so key. I always talk about it every single time. As soon as I started to work on myself and did some personal development, reading books, listening to audios, listening to interviews like Joe Dispenza, Bob Proctor, all these people, they have so much knowledge and talk about so many things. And the thing is, guys, with all those successful people, they're all going to tell you the same thing. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on your mindset. And if you do not do that, if you're not working on yourself constantly, you're never going to get there. You're never going to attract the things that you want to attract, because you're constantly in that same headspace and you're on a complete different level of vibration and frequency. So you need to raise your frequency and your vibration in order to attract better things. The third thing is stop complaining. I just can't hear it anymore. As soon as I hear a person complaining about their life, and not in a way of, hey, I just want to let it all out one time, but then let's gonna find a solution, right? That is okay. You can sometimes vent. You need to let it all out. So stop complaining about your life. Stop complaining about your health. You should not talk about yourself in that negative way. You should talk about yourself with good intentions. Everything in this life is up to you. What you've been through as a child is not your fault. You couldn't do anything. You didn't have the power to make a decision on your own. You weren't aware. So what happened to you as a child is not your fault, but what you're doing right now, what you're allowing, how you talk about yourself, how you react, this is your choice. So it's up to you. And if you've been through all that, and yet you're still standing, might as well just actually do something good. Do you really wonder why your life is so shitty? If you constantly talk about how everything is so shitty? Do you really wonder why you're broke? If you're constantly saying, I'm so broke, I'm so miserable, I hate my life. Use common sense to only say something to yourself or about others if it's positive, okay? Only positivity, because energy multiplies. So decide if you want to multiply happiness or if you want to multiply toxic crap. Because if you're multiplying that toxic crap, what's going to come out of that? A huge, piece of crap. Never just put all your garbage onto somebody else and call them just to be negative. Let's be negative together. No, let's be positive together. Tip number 4, move your ass. Like if you're a couch potato, right? And you're just, sitting there and eating chips and, like sweets and candy and like wondering why you're feeling miserable. Like, do I need to say more? There's a reason for why all successful people are working out and they take care of their body. Because first of all, this is our temple. Our body is carrying our soul, is carrying us every single day. We have working organs. Like if you're like healthy, if you don't have any health issues, you can be so freaking grateful. You can be so freaking grateful. And you always have to think about like, how do you want to spend the rest of your life? If you are, if you're going to be old one day and you're never moving your body and you're always just like hanging around, sitting on the couch and watching Netflix and all those things, you're gonna be very, very disappointed when you're old because your bones are shrinking, like your muscles are shrinking, everything is just shrinking, and you're not gonna be healthy. You're gonna have a lot of issues, like with your back, with your knees, like with your legs, with everything when you're old, if you're not moving right now. And your body needs movement. Because what happens is if you move your body produces serotonin. Do my home workout and I walk my dog every single day and it's so much fun, I'm telling you. So move your fat ass from the couch, go for a walk. It doesn't mean that you need to become a bodybuilder or like have a six-pack or whatever, but you need to move your body because that will like make you so much happier. Tip number 5, stop the negative self-talk. So stop it. Like the words that you put behind I am are so powerful because you are literally describing yourself and you're claiming like what type of person you are with the words I am. So whatever you put after that, you claim as true. And if you're telling yourself, I am so ugly, I am so fat, I am so this, I am so that, I'm so stupid, I'm so broke. This is literally what you're claiming in that moment. And this is what you're gonna attract because your words hold so much power, you have no idea. So be impeccable with what you're saying. Be impactful with your word that you're using and that you're putting out there about yourself and about others as well. And it is true, guys. Anything that you say and you repeat more and more and more will manifest itself into your life. An example, I used to say those things, I hate my life, every single day, multiple times. When, I missed the bus or I missed the train or, the train was late or some things that wasn't even in my control. Sometimes even when I went outside and it was raining, like it was raining, I saw it was raining, I was like, oh my God, I hate my life. What was I doing? Like, when I'm thinking back and when I realized that, how bad I was talking about my precious life, like there's people dying every single day. They have to leave this earth and they don't want to. They would be so grateful to have another day with their loved ones. And sometimes we're telling these kind of things to ourselves, like, I hate my life. I wish I wouldn't be here or whatever. Like sometimes we say those things like, and not even thinking about it, what it actually means. But I used to say that, right? Every single day, I hate my life, I hate my life. And guess what I attracted? More things that made me hate my life. More things that made me suffer. More things that I was disappointed about. That made me say even more, oh my God, I hate my life. Yes, again, I hate my life. And it was almost like a competition. Like there needed to happen something to make me confirm that I hated my life. Like, see, like I hate my life. Like, do you realize how toxic this is? How toxic, like how negative Nancy behavior that is? But others die every single day. You are talking so bad about yourself and about your life. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because you need to be grateful. You need to be grateful for your life. Your life is so precious. You are so precious. There's no need to talk that bad about yourself. So if you hate your life and if you hate yourself, then the only thing that you have to do is get up and change it. Get up and change yourself. Work on yourself. Start speaking words of love and energy towards yourself. And you will see, and I'm telling you, you will see your life transform. Leads me to point 6, positive affirmations. Guys, like I already talked about this. Positive affirmations changed my life. I listen to them every single night, every single morning. What we do is when we grow up in like a negative environment, a toxic environment, and especially like, You know, like my father used to tell me those things like every single day, like negative affirmations. And this is how you know that it works. Like the law of attraction works. You're just using it the other way around with those negative things. And this is why your life is so miserable. You need to start speaking those positive affirmations to yourself, because if you start doing that, and if you like repeat it, sometimes in the beginning it's like, it's weird, but it makes click at a certain point and it goes into your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind saves that. And that's when you start to attract better things. And then you like realize, oh my God, this is working. And then you believe into it. And what happens when you pair those positive affirmations with like certain belief, your life truly like gives you so much, like so many blessings. Like, do you know this book, Ask and It Is Given? This is so good, guys. You need to like read it or listen to it. But like whatever you're asking for, whatever you put out there with your words, you're going to receive exactly that. So if you're saying things like negative things, this is what you're going to attract. It's like a boomerang, right? So if you're putting out those positive affirmations, this is what you're going to get back. They also connect you with your spirit, with your spiritual side, and they help you reach a higher level of consciousness. And what happens when you're in a higher level of consciousness, you're being much more aware of what is happening. You're being much more aware about the things that you're doing, and you can take more responsibility about your life. And that's also when you start to take control back again. If you feel like right now, like everything just happens to you and you're feeling like so overwhelmed because like so many negative things are happening all at once and you don't know what to do, and like, oh my God, life is happening to me, and like you don't know which way to go and you're feeling so confused, this is what you need to do. Like in the middle of the storm, you need to like stop and breathe and like reset yourself, step back and like, no, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this, right? Like however bad my situation was, I always had in my mind, I'm going to get out of this. Everything's going to like work out for me. If this is not good right now, then this is not the end. Like I'm refusing. Like literally every single movie usually always has a happy end. And this is how I like used to think about my life as well. No matter how hard it got, I always knew it was just temporary defeat. And I always knew I was almost excited. Like every single time I was going through something, right? I was always like, okay, like usually when it gets really, really, really tough, God is blessing you right after that. Like he's just testing you. Like, are you holding on? Like, are you like staying strong? Like, do you really want this? Do you really want this? You are asking for strength. So if you're asking God for strength, like you want to become more strong in life, you want to become more successful, He's gonna give you challenges that make you strong. He's not gonna just giving you like, here's strength, like let's just take it. Like, no, he's not gonna give you that. Like he's gonna give you challenges and, you know, opportunities for you to grow and become stronger. And if you're not taking them because you're so negative and you're like, oh, I'm refusing to like work through it or whatever, you're not gonna get there. And then you're gonna start complaining more. But you have to think that way. Like you have to go through these type of challenges. You have to go through this temporary defeat, because after that, like if you open the door, there's gonna be all the blessings for you. And the more you realize that, every single time that I'm going through something, even right now, like I have, you know, like the last days, like I'm going through a lot, you know? But right now, I just know that if I'm just keep on going and I'm keep on sharing this with you, and I'm turning my, you know, like I'm turning this, instead of complaining about how hard this is right now, I'm turning this into something positive. I'm gonna like teach people and help people. I'm gonna make something good out of it. And there's gonna be so much blessings for me. I already know this. I already know that there's so many blessings for me, because I have this desire in my heart and I just trust. Like I just trust in the universe. I trust in God. I just know I have to keep going. And I survived so many bad things. Literally nothing can touch me anymore. I feel like untouchable. I'm like, if I survived this, might as well be strong for all the other things that are coming my way. Because if I survived, you know, the past that I had, where a lot of people, like if you would walk in my shoes, like you would fall the first step, right? But if I was going through all of that, I always think like, I didn't do all this for nothing. I didn't do all this for nothing. Like there must be something good. Like there must be something good in the end. And I'm always thinking that way. And this is why I refuse to just give up. Tip number 7, do things you enjoy as a child. And this is something really powerful also when it comes to a healing journey, because if you do things that you really genuinely enjoy doing as a child, you are healing your inner child. I'm doing that right now. Like I've been, like drawing mandalas the other day, and it was just so cool. Like I felt so calm and so relaxed, like coloring everything. And I was imagining like telling a story with like how I was coloring the mandalas. Like, and for some people might be weird, like, oh yeah, she's out there coloring mandalas, whatever. But I'm like, I'm being productive. I'm healing my inner child. This is productive work. And you always have to think that way. You can never think like, oh, like I'm just doing nothing right now, like I'm not productive and that's why you're feeling bad. Look, no, if you are working on yourself, this is productive, because most people do not work on themselves, and this is why they put all their garbage onto other people, and this is why there's so many adults that are emotionally immature, and they are literally the childs. They are literally the children. And then, there's a new child born, and, they have to all of a sudden do therapy sessions for their parents. Myself comfort. I'm giving myself comfort that I would have needed as a child. And this is how I'm healing myself, because I'm giving me the love that I needed. And if you feel like you haven't received enough love, you felt like your parents were unavailable sometimes, or, you were going through something similar as I was, then you need to work on yourself, and it is your responsibility now. You cannot blame your parents anymore, because usually they don't even know what they were doing. I've done courses worth over thousands and thousands and $10,000s of dollars because I had access to it now. But our parents, they didn't have that, and probably they grew up with emotionally unavailable parents, and they didn't even know that, and now they're just reacting and acting based on what they know, and they don't even realize it. But you watching this right now, you have the power to realize that, and you have the power to take your control back and heal yourself. So do those things, guys. Like, whatever you enjoyed doing as a child, like if you if you like dancing, if you like singing or painting, like anything like this. Like I was always creative. I love to sing. I was like in singing classes. I was doing so many creative things, and this is like literally when my inner child is happy. Like even like gardening, like creating something with your hands can be so just calming and fulfilling, and this can give yourself comfort. Number 8, never watch the news. And there's a reason for it. Listen, if you watch the news, what is usually what they're talking about? Negativity. War here, war there, people dying, some virus, like just negativity. When did you, like the last time did you hear somebody talking about a cute little elephant baby born somewhere? Like, I don't care what anybody has to say, like it's usually the same thing over and over and over again, and I just can't, like I just can't. It makes me sick. It makes me like literally just angry and depressed, right? My mom watches the news every single day. As soon as I hear it, I'm just like, I'm out. Thanks. People might say, oh my God, you have to know these things. Like, this is so important. This is so crucial. You need to know what's going on in the politics. Like, no, I don't need to know that, because I'm getting frustrated because they never do the things I want. Like, for me, it's just like, it's not necessary. And I'm getting frustrated when I listen to the news and I hear all this like negativity around me. Like, I want to like live in a positive world, so I don't do that. So you can do whatever you want, but like, I don't listen to the news. I am informing myself about what is going on in the world, but not by listening repetitively about all this negativity that is going on. Like how they are saying things, it is literally to condition you to be negative and to be anxious and to be, just like depressed. Because what happens if like a population is anxious, depressed, and fearful? It is easier to be controlled. I mean, let's not go there, but it's the truth. I'm just saying. Very simple. If you want to be more happy, don't watch and listen to things that make you unhappy. Tip number 9 is stop watching depressing shows and stop listening to depressing music. So when I had depression, guys, you know what I was doing? I was coming home every single day after my work, or, I was, going home from work, and I had my earbuds in and I was listening to music, and what they were like singing in the music was so depressing. Like, oh, everything is so bad. I want to die. Like, I lost the love of my life. Everything is just wrong. Like, it was just awful. And guess how that made me feel? Oh, yes, I felt so understood. Like, oh my God, yes. She knows what she's, I know what she's going through. Her life is so bad, and mine too. Oh my God, let's suffer together. Oh yeah, let's like bath in our, in our misery. Like, let's bath in it and like, no. Oh my goodness. Like, it is just so bad. Like, you can literally tell how bad negative music can affect you, and also like negative shows. And it is literally proven that some like series or some like TV shows or movies can cause depression. Why do they do that? Like, let's, for example, I was watching Vikings because somebody recommended it to me, and I was like, okay, let's watch it. I'm like interested into like history and all these things, right? But while I was watching it, it was just, I was getting like anxious and angry and like just miserable and moody every single day, like more and more and more. And I was just like, what is this? And then I realized this TV show, it's all about war, blood, women being raped, negativity, betrayal. Even the colors were like dark and gray and like, ooh, like it was just, it affected me. It really did affect me. And if you think about that, how much time you spend in front of the TV and you're like watching things that are not stimulating your brain in a good way. Because what happens, guys, I already told you that your mind cannot tell the difference between what is reality and what is not. For example, you're watching a movie, like a horror movie or something, and your heart is like starting to beat, like your pulse goes up, and you're just like, you're getting anxious and you're like frightened, like you're literally like shaking, right? And it's just a movie. Like, we know that. Like, you're sitting in front of like the TV, like nobody's gonna jump on and kill you with a knife. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. But our body reacts the same way as if we would be in that type of situation. So if you're watching constantly this negative shit all the time, this is what you're gonna feel anxious, you're gonna feel depressed. And I had to get rid of it. I stopped watching the show immediately. And guess what? I was feeling better after a few days. I started to watch, I don't know, like watch penguins. Like, everyone loves penguins. Like, like watch something like this that makes you happy. Like, do you realize how pathetic it is if you are wasting your free time doing something that is causing you to be unhappy? You need to start reading books instead, or listening to podcasts or interviews that are helping you understand yourself. Because if you understand yourself more, you're going to stop being a negative Nancy, because you're going to understand yourself and you're going to understand the world and you're going to understand so many other people as well. And this makes everything so much easier. Number 10 is take time to heal. And I cannot stress this enough, because we all are literally just walking traumatized beings. I bet there's not a single person out there that hasn't been traumatized in one single bit of a way. Like, there's, more trauma and less trauma, and there's more problems and less problems, but we all have something that we're struggling with. Because if we weren't, like, you wouldn't watch this video right now. Okay? Take responsibility of your life, and you need to like listen to your body, and you need to like listen to your intuition, what your intuition tells you. Like, if your body tells you you need a rest, take a rest. Like, don't quit on everything that you're doing, but like take a rest and like take time to heal. Because what happens is, usually every single person looks for the answers outside, like, outer circumstances. But usually all the answers that you need are within. And you need to listen to your body and your intuition and like your, like what your body tells you. Have a routine. I have a morning routine and an evening routine that I'm really like, I'm sticking with this, right? In the morning, the first thing I do is not like go on my phone. No, I'm, yes, I'm turning on my phone, but like I'm going to listen to positive affirmations right when I get up, right? Because when you get up in the morning and when you go to sleep in the evening, your brain is in a state, it's called theta state. And in that theta state, your subconscious mind is very open to receiving. And if you play, like a meditation or positive affirmations or something that is stimulating your subconscious mind in a positive way, it's going to go much deeper and it's going to be so much more efficient. And this is what I do first thing in the morning. I don't check my phone and all my messages. I am like listening to something uplifting. I'm doing a meditation. I'm listening to my positive affirmations. I'm doing my morning routine, right? Like, there are certain things that I'm going to do before I get on my phone. So if you are like you wake up in the morning, first thing is grab your phone, check all your messages, check Instagram, check TikTok, like you're overwhelming your brain already. Like, you can't do that. Stop doing that. You need to find a good, healthy morning routine, and also in the evening, right? Like, stop being so much on your phone. Don't watch like negative shows. Do something uplifting And what I do last thing in the evening is I do my Bible study. I read my Bible, like, devotionals, like whatever topic that I'm, gonna talk about, or that I'm gonna think about, what I'm going through right now. And then I am praying. I'm talking to God, sometimes for half an hour. And then I'm asking for all the things that I want. I'm telling him the things that I don't want. I'm telling him, about my problems. Like, he's literally like my best friend. And, then I'm praying for the things that I want, and he gives them to me. Every single time. I'm asking for signs even. Like, show me a black cat. He showed me a black cat. Like, literally, this is what happens, guys. I'm telling you. Like, signs work. Number 11 is practice gratitude, guys. Please, I'm telling you, this is so important. Sometimes we're forgetting, we're so caught up in our daily lives and what we're going through, all our problems, all our issues, that we forget to be grateful for the little things. You know what? When I left Germany and I was not, on good terms with Germany, let's say. Like, I was like, I hate Germany. Germany sucks. All the people suck. Everything sucks. And I was like leaving, and I was like, so oh my God, like everything was just, perfect. Now that I'm back here, to be really honest with you, like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. Like, there's so many great things in Germany. I haven't realized that. And now that I'm back here, I know God sent me here back for a reason, to heal myself and to face everything. And I was even asking for that. I was even asking to face everything and to leave everything behind. That's what I was asking for. So he sent me back here so that I can heal. And first I was like, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to face it. I don't want to do this. But then I remember, like, I reminded myself, hey, this is exactly what you wanted. And God gave you exactly what you wanted, just not in the way how you were thinking about it, right? Like, I just wanted to forget everything. I just wanted to, like, put it under the carpet again. But this is not how you heal. This is not how you get happy, right? Because you're just suppressing. And suppressing things can never make you happy on the long term. It may be helpful for like a little while, but it's literally like you're filling water into something, right? You're filling water into something, and the water adds up and it adds up. And there will be a point where you put just one little small drop, and then everything's gonna pour out. And this is exactly what you do if you suppress your emotions, and if you don't take time to heal, and you don't take time to do those things. So practicing gratitude is so powerful, because gratitude is just a magnet for miracles. Because if you're grateful is like, being grateful is one of the biggest, like, the biggest positive vibrations ever. Because being grateful, like a grateful heart, guys, it just attracts so much more to be grateful for. Right? Like, it can be so simple. Like, I'm grateful for this light. I'm grateful, that I have a bed. I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful for my food every day. I'm grateful for running hot water. I'm grateful for the pillows. I'm grateful for myself. I could list so many more things. I'm grateful for the sun, the flowers, it's just, you just need to get used to it. Because if you get used to it, you will find more things that you're gonna be grateful for. And one thing that really helped me was the 6-minute diary. The 6-minute diary, and I'm gonna actually put my Amazon storefront in the link below. When I started, I was just like, everything is so negative. Like, I don't even know what should I write down. Like, I was so stubborn. I was such a gremlin. And if you're like this too, like a little gremlin that's like, I'm not grateful for anything. Like, my life is so shitty. Like, what should I be grateful for? Like, this is exactly what you need to fix. Be grateful. Bitch, be grateful. Be more grateful. Like, if you are having a roof over your head, if you have food every single day, if you have water, clean water, you live already better than majority of the entire world. So shame on you if you're not grateful for that. Because there's people struggling. There's people dying every single day because they don't have food. There's people dying every single day because they have to drink toxic water. And they're dying because of diseases. And you want to tell me you cannot be grateful and your life is so shitty? Do you actually know what a shitty life is? We are like living in this first world country, and where sometimes you're not even realizing this. And it made me realize it while I was traveling. Like, there were so many poor people, but they all had a smile on their face. You need to practice that gratitude, because I'm telling you, it will make you more happy. You even need to be grateful for yourself. Like, God made you in all your beauty, with all your flaws and everything. But you know what? Like, your beauty does not come just like from the outside. And I'm telling you guys this because I hear this a lot. Like, oh yeah, you're so pretty, like everything must be so easy for you. No, it's not. You know what? People always underestimate me. First of all, they always think I'm stupid. They think like, just because I have fillers and my long nails and like, that I'm stupid. And I'm not. I'm actually a very deep person. And I feel like I'm an old soul. I feel like I'm really, I'm really smart, actually. Yes, I'm really funny as well. Beauty comes actually from within. Do you know people that are really, really beautiful, but their character is really shitty? It makes them ugly. It really makes them ugly. I think that way. Like, I actually met a couple of people that I thought like, wow, they look so good, right? And then they open their mouth and they're just so mean and they're so disrespectful and so rude. And I was just like, no, they're not beautiful anymore. You know? Because your character makes you beautiful. Your aura, your presence, your energy makes you beautiful. There's a lot of people that are not looking the best, but everybody loves them. Everybody loves them. Because their aura, of their presence, like they walk in a room and they're spreading good vibes and good energy and everybody just loves them. Like you cannot get around but loving them. And this is true beauty. If you treating everyone with respect, if you're being humble, because what will happen if you're being pretty? Like, do you think you're going to be better than other people? Like, no, you're still the same person. So you have to like fix yourself from the inside, right? Always. Like your outer world is always a reflection of your inner world. So if your outer world sucks, you need to work on your inside. It's very easy. Even if you're a good person already, you might be a good person, but you still have so much to work on. I even need to fix myself. I have a lot of, things I need to work through. But I'm trying my best every single day. I'm not perfect, but I always try to understand myself better. I always try to work on myself. And it's not always easy every single day, but be grateful for yourself and who you are. And if you do that, you're going to have it more easy to work on yourself because you already have that foundation of gratitude for yourself. A lot of people think that happiness comes from if you have something. If you finally just had money, you would be so happy. If you would have this car, if you would be more successful, if you would be prettier, you would be so happy. But you know what? There's so many pretty and rich people in this world, so many successful people, and they are the most unhappy people in the world. Why is that? Because happiness is not a state of your bank account. It's not a number, of like amount of money that you can have, or, bags and shoes and like all these materialistic things. Happiness comes from within. And if your presence and your aura is so magnetic because you truly care about yourself and you're trying to become a better and a happy person, it is coming from because you feel good. Your fulfillment is not found in materialistic things. Yes, I do believe in retail therapy. Like, I love shopping, don't get me wrong. I love pretty things, right? Like, I need to be rich because I like expensive shit. But I know that my happiness depends on myself. You need to practice to feel good now. You don't need to wait for a certain, amount of money coming in that you can be finally happy. You need to be happy now, because if you're not happy now, you will never get there. You will never attract it because you're vibrating here, because you're not happy, you're miserable. So you need to work on your feelings, on your thoughts, because your thoughts become your feelings become your action become your result. So you need to work on your thoughts and your feelings. And if you work on your thoughts with practicing gratitude, I'm so grateful, I'm so happy, and like you're smiling, like, I'm so happy about this, I'm so grateful, you're gonna start to feel happy. And what's happening then is you vibrate higher. When you vibrate higher, this is when magic happens. This is when you start to attract better. Tip number 12, and that is the final one, okay? My list is over. Manifestation and imagination. Why is that so powerful? Your imagination, your fantasy is a tool of your mind that is really powerful if used correctly. So, when I was, just starting my business, I had the urge to travel the world. I just wanted to leave Germany. I wanted to travel the world. I was literally laying on the tanning bed. I can remember, like, I was laying on the tanning bed and I was listening. I was listening to ocean waves on YouTube. And I was imagining myself laying on the beach and working from my phone, and it felt so real. It felt so real. And a month later, I booked my one-way ticket to Dominican Republic, and I ended up staying there for over 4 months. Like, life is sometimes so funny. You might not have what you want to have right now, but use your imagination to visualize where you want to be. Because what we do most of the time is we create fake scenarios in our head, always. But mostly not about the things that we want, but about the things that we don't want, right? We think about, the money not coming in. We're thinking about not being able to pay our bills. We're thinking about, what will happen next month. Like, we're constantly thinking either about the past or the future. We're never usually present in this moment. But what happens if you use your imagination and your visualization for the right things? You imagine about the things that you want, and instead of feeling bad that you don't have it, you feel like you already have it because it is already out there. Everything already exists. Everything that you want is already out there, right? But if you imagine yourself, how you would feel if you have it right now, and you start to get happy, you start to get excited, you start to create a desire. This is when ideas usually come in, ideas on how you can get there. Because the universe, God, will not just give you the thing that you ask for. He will give you opportunities, people, and events that are helping you, if you take action, to get there. But you must first imagine and visualize what you want. So you must decide what you want. You need to visualize it and imagine it, right? And then you need to start creating it. Many of you guys are already using the law of attraction, but you're not using it the right way. You're using it the other way around. Because the law of attraction never fails. It doesn't matter. The law of attraction does not know about what you want and what you not want. The minute that you're putting something out there, it's going to deliver. So if you are thinking about constantly bills, this is what you're going to get. Bills to pay. But if you're constantly thinking about checks, you're excited, money, this is what you're going to get. If you're constantly thinking about all the problems, all the negativity, your miserable life, you're complaining, you're doing, you're watching shit on the TV, you're watching the news, everything's just bad, you're constantly in an environment of negativity, in your negative bubble. You need to pop the bottle, or the bubble, both maybe, both, depends. No, you need to pop the bubble and you need to get out of there, you need to break free, and you need to start using the law of attraction the right way. But if you start to do it the other way around, you will see that the universe will still deliver, but this time, the things that you really want. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Let's connect. Let's all grow and heal together. There's going to come so much more videos, guys. I have so many ideas. And I appreciate every single one of you reaching out to me, telling me, how much you appreciate me for opening up, sharing my story, and how much it helps you. I really believe in you guys. If you're watching this right now until the very end, I really believe in you because you want change. You want this. And maybe you have not all the solutions. Maybe you have not everything that you want right now, but I'm telling you, you're going to get there. Because if you're so desperate right now to change, you're going to get there. Because I was at my rock bottom and I was so desperate. I was there, on the floor. And the only way was up. And you can be very proud of yourself. And I want you to speak words of kindness and love to yourself because you are a spiritual being. You deserve to live your best life. You deserve to be a queen. You deserve to be a king. You deserve to be living the best life that you can possibly have. Never forget that. So I'm proud of you guys. I love you guys so much. I wish you all an amazing weekend, and I see you guys next time. Bye.